Book name Super Attractor. Author Gabrielle Bernstein. Chapter 2 It's Good to Feel Good. Of all the blocks to our super attractor power, the biggest is our resistance to feeling good. Don't believe me? Ask yourself, have you come to rely on fear as a form of protection against feeling disappointment or hurt? It becomes so easy to slip into this way of thinking that you may not even be aware of it. Fear can feel like a natural way to protect yourself and stay in control. We have all come to be far more comfortable in a state of fear than in a place of joy and faith. You may be thinking, wait, I don't walk around feeling scared all the time. How am I relying on fear? The answer is that the fear takes away forms and emotions you likely recognize, such as anxiety, defensiveness, judgment, and the impulse of to control. Really, they stem from the sense of fear. Think of fear as the opposite of love. When you rely on fear, as most of us do, you are disconnected from the free flowing love of the universe. And it is unfortunate. Truth is, most of us are addicted to fear. We have become so accustomed to the fearful projections of the world that we don't trust that things can be good. Unconsciously, we think that if we focus on the good stuff, we will lose control, be unsafe, or be susceptible to disappointment. The ego has convinced us that good is limited and eventually our luck will run out. We suspect that anything really good is probably too good to be true. Society has convinced us that if something is worth having, it requires struggle, heroic perseverance, and sacrifice. Therefore, we have become addicted to suffering, and this mindset actually increases our struggling. When we believe we need to suffer, we tell the universe that it's what we want. Remember the message of chapter 1? The universe always delivers. We believe in suffering. If we believe in suffering, then we will suffer. What I'm about to say may startle you. I want you to read this next sentence as many times as you need to in order to get into your mind. In order to truly live as a super attractor, we must accept that good things can come easily. Let me repeat that again. In order to truly live as a super attractor, we must accept that good things can come easily. This is likely the opposite of everything you have ever been taught. This is because most of us have it all backward. For our whole lives, we have held on to fear based belief systems to feel safe. We believe in thoughts like, I have to work incredibly hard to succeed. I'm too old to have a baby. Or perhaps I'm terrible at relationships. Can you see how all these thoughts are backed with an energy of resistance? Our resistance to feeling good is what blocks the good that we want to attract. The moment we release that resistance and allow ourselves feel good, then everything we truly desire begins to come to us naturally. When we feel good, we attract solutions rather than problems. When we feel good, life shows naturally. I know it's hard to get your head around this. Many students of spiritual practices, including me, believe this concept but have a difficult time applying it. Fear has a strong hold on us. We resist feeling good so much that we expect life to be hard. By way of example, here is how fear presented itself in the early part of my career. In the first decade of building my business, I experienced a lot of joy and faith. But beneath that joy and faith was an ever present undercurrent of fear. I was scared that if I were not working my ass off, then my career would fall apart. This belief system stemmed from childhood. When I was young, I picked up the story that if I don't do it, no one else will. I spent my life believing that I had to strive hard and overwork, in order to get what I wanted. My career continued to move forward because the joy and faith were stronger than the fear. But even though I was having fun and achieving success, I always felt as if it had to be hard or it wouldn't continue to work. No matter how inspired I felt or what I accomplished, I always felt as if I was fighting and that there was always more to do. The belief, if I don't do it, no one else will, was blocking my super attractor power. And even though the universe presented me with a lot of opportunity and success, it did not come without struggle. I knew deep down that there had to be a better way. But for a long time, I was not ready to truly access it. It wasn't until 2016 that I hit bottom with my workaholism. My struggling and stress finally took me down. My belief that I had to do it all created a wonder world where I felt very unsupported, fearful, and alone. My body was falling apart. I was barely holding my business together, and my relationships were suffering. Then I hit bottom. Often, a bottom is a moment of surrender, and in this case, it was for me. In this surrender state, I said the words out loud. There has to be a better way. I could no longer resist help from others. And most of all, I could not continue to resist support from the universe. Once I hit this bottom, I received a gift. I could finally see how I was terrified of feeling good. I realized that I equated feeling good with losing control. And worst of all, I was afraid of surrendering to the higher power of the universe. I believed that I had to rely on myself and that I had to suffer to succeed. While this belief system was deeply ingrained in my psyche, the universe had begun to present a spiritual solution. The moment I hit my knees and surrounded to the universe, clear direction was presented to me. As soon as I became willing to change my belief that I was unsupported, support came through. It first showed up as an intuition. When we realign with the universe, we can receive loving direction as an inner knowing. Sometimes it can come as a hit of inspiration or a download of information. This time, I heard a very clear intuitive direction. I was journaling one morning and my hand started to move faster than usual. My handwriting shifted and the words on the page took on a different tone. I knew that I was receiving direction from a universal presence. These words came in onto the page. Pay attention to the places where you feel supported. Feel the feelings of support and continue to feel them more. I was so moved by this spiritual guidance that I put it into practice right away. And I asked myself, where do I feel supported? Instantly, a thought came into my mind about my event planner, Annette, the only area in my career where I would ever allowed anyone to support me was in putting together events. For several years, I had collaborated with Annette to plan my book tours and large scale events. Annette is a powerhouse who gets the job done. She's so confident and in charge, and her energy takes over in such a way that you have no choice but to surrender to her support. No matter how hard I would try to control things, Annette would always remind me to get out of my way and trust her. When I was working with Annette, I always had faith that everything was fully taken care of. I felt greatly supported and at ease. I knew Annette had my back. I started to put this feeling of support into action. After journaling and receiving this intuitive hit, I spent several minutes daydreaming about how much I loved Annette and how supported she made me feel. Then I wrote in my journal, when I'm working with Annette, I feel like everything is happening around me and I'm truly taken care of. Let me tell you, it felt so great to write down these words. This statement affirmed exactly how good I wanted to feel. and I felt so good to feel good. The universal direction I had received in my journal was exactly what I needed to redirect my energy and put me back into alignment with the support of the universe. I repeated this for months. Everything is happening around me, and I am truly taken care of. I said it while driving, while cooking, before I went to bed, and when I woke up in the morning. Everything is happening around me, and I am fully taken care of. Everything is happening around me, and I am fully taken care of. It became my mantra. In those moments when I felt the urge to take over anything from a big project to a small task and do everything myself, I turned to this mantra. Not only did I repeat this mantra all day, I also spent my stillness practice meditating on the feeling of what it was like to work with Annette. I would see myself backstage, feeling totally relaxed, knowing that she was handling everything. I had envisioned myself walking onto the stage, seeing everyone happily settle in their seats, and feeling free, knowing that all the important elements and countless little details alike were handled. Over the next few months, I spent hours in meditation, feeling this feeling and recreating the experience of being supported by Annette. I put energy, visions, and enthusiasm into this feeling. I revealed in it. I surrendered to feeling good. Within months of starting this practice, I started to notice things dramatically change in my business. Without even realizing it, I had attracted two people to help. I was finally letting my husband own his role, and I was delegating my responsibilities left and right. In a few short months, I started to get out of the way and let others in. This was a miracle. Feeling good guided me toward what I truly wanted. I could finally focus on feeling an empowering spiritual teacher. And more importantly, I could release the fear of not being supported and the belief that I had to do everything on myself. The key to feeling good is to decide to stop feeling bad. In order to feel good, you must decide to stop feeling bad. It is as simple and profound as that. There is no other way. For far too long, we have resisted this decision because we have been waiting for our life circumstances to give us a reason to feel good. In fact, many of us don't even realize that feeling bad is a decision we have made. We think things like, I will feel good when I get a clean bill of health, or I will feel good when I have the money in the bank. When we do this, we are putting the outcome before the feeling. We have it all twisted. We think that we must live in fear in order to get something we want, which will then allow us to feel good. But the truth is that once you feel good, you start to easily attract what you desire. When we make feeling good our priority, everything else can flow. A lot of people get hung up on the limiting belief that they are not worthy of feeling good and having what they want. Struggle becomes a habit, and joy is an afterthought. I'm asking you to see things totally differently. If you think you are not worthy of feeling good, then you are out of alignment with the truth of who you are. The loving energy of the universe, the magnificence of God, the serenity of spirit is all within us. There is not a source outside of us that can save us from our sense of unworthiness. When we truly accept that we embody the power of love, then we can start to realign with the belief that we are worthy of feeling good. Feeling good is a feeling God. By that, I mean that when we feel good, we remember the God within us. Accepting our greatness is the key to being a super attractor. Let these methods help you to stand in certainty that you are good and that when you embody this truth, good things flow to you naturally. Feeling good is good for its own sake. I learned this from Deepak Chopra at an event I was co hosting with him and Eka Tolle in 2016. In between my hosting duties, I stood backstage listening to Deepak Chopra and Eckhart Tolle speak about their spiritual beliefs. At one point, Deepak said, when you are happy for a particular reason, you are still in misery because that reason can be taken from you tomorrow. His words reminded me that when we focus on what we think we need, we weaken our faith in the universe. Deciding to feel good is easier than you think. The universe has been patiently awaiting your decision to feel good, and this decision is especially needed in your darkest moments. The universe is guiding us even when we resist it. The instant we release our resistance, the flood of support and love rushes in. It's important to accept this. This is not a fake it till you make it exercise. The universe wants you to feel good and wants to guide you towards exactly what you want and need. Remember, you are one with the universal energy of love, and feeling good is your birthright. Don't just take my word for it. Let me help you see the universe in action. Take any area of your life where you are struggling and you want to feel better. Fill in the blank in the sentence below. I recognize I am out of alignment with, and now say name of the person, situation, or belief system. I choose to release the outcome and feel good now. Thank you, universe, for guiding me. This statement is a prayer. You are humbly offering your fear over to the universe, and you are claiming your desire to feel good. We cannot wait for our circumstances to change to feel good. The more good feeling emotions you bring to your current circumstances, the faster things begin to work out the way you want, and the faster you feel better. Think it to feel it method. The think it to feel it method lets you borrow a moment of happiness that you are able to identify and apply it to a situation where you are otherwise struggling. To get started, conjure up an area of your life where your desire emotion has shown up. It could be in a situation from your past or even an image you have of your future self. You can also think of someone in your life who displays that characteristic you would like for yourself. Let me give you an example that illustrates this method. For me, one of my big desires and an area where I struggle is to be more relaxed even when things are not going as planned. I don't have many experiences from my own life where I have been calm in the midst of something going wrong. So it's hard for me to bring one to mind and call on that feeling from my own memory. But when I think about how I might want to feel, I'm instantly reminded of my friend Elisa. Elisa's attitude is relaxed and calm even in the most chaotic of the circumstances. I can envision her saying, okay, everything is working out. She can turn on that place of certainty no matter what's happening around her. I love this about her and I want to embody it for myself. So even though I cannot find that quality in myself yet, I know what it looks like and feels like to be around someone who has it. Alisa represents an attitude I can creatively call on as my own desired feeling. The most important part of this method is that the circumstances you choose to focus on to make you feel good. If thinking about your first boyfriend makes you feel the romance you want to experience in your life today, then think of it to feel it. If thinking about a time when you loved your job makes you feel confident and happy, then think of it to feel it. It's safe to recall good memories or experiences. It's safe to look to others to reflect back to us what we want. We are not comparing, but instead finding a good feeling emotion in a situation where feeling good is difficult for us. We often think that if we had something in the past, we cannot have it again. We may be scared to dwell in those good feelings for fear that we will long for what once was. Similarly, We avoid thinking too much about other people's abundance and happiness. We think there is not enough to go around and that another person's success in some way indicates our failure. Actually, the opposite is true. All these experiences mirror to us a part of who we are. They mirror our desire for that feeling, and all manifestation begins with desire. So affirm how you want to feel. Now that you have a clear idea of how you want to feel, you are ready to put it into action in your everyday life. Affirm in your journal how you want to feel. Remember my affirmation: everything is happening around me, and I am truly taken care of. Those words made me feel so good. Your affirmation should make you feel good. Be apologetic, be unapologetic about how you want to feel and affirm it right now. Write your affirmation in your journal. Now let's check in with how your affirmation makes you feel on a scale of 0 to 10. 10 being the best feeling. Where does this affirmation fall? If you're under 7, then I recommend you rewrite your affirmation in a simpler way. You must believe in your affirmation for it to take effect. For instance, if you're struggling with your body image and your affirmation is, I love everything about my body, there might be a disconnect. Right now, your energy is so focused on disliking or even hating your body that it's tough to reach for body love. Instead, you could affirm something that feels closer to what you believe in. Something like, I respect my body, but I'm willing to start loving my body. The key is to believe in the affirmation even if it has not come into form yet. I believed in my affirmation even when it was only Annette who reflected it back to me. The words felt good to me, and that's how I knew I could use the statement to help me proactively co create a new reality. If you are under 7 on the 0 to 10 scale, rewrite your affirmation in your journal so that you believe in it and it makes you feel good. Once you have confirmed your affirmation, now is time to start using it. Set it as an alarm on your phone or make it your phone's lock screen. Write it on a sticky note and put it on your computer, fridge, mirror, or car dashboard. Recite in the morning, noon, and afternoon, and night. Whenever you notice yourself falling back into negative thoughts, repeat your affirmation a few times in a row to replace the low vibe momentum. This is a powerful action. Your affirmation can slow down the negative momentum in your mind and allow you to quickly align with how you truly want to feel. The think it to feel it method, like every other method in this book, is designed to raise your vibration. Commit to your affirmation and take it seriously. Turn to it regularly. If you tend to forget or easily fall back into old patterns, then make sure to follow my tips above and reinforce your affirmation with the phone alarm, sticky notes, and other visible reminders. Make it a habit, and you will soon see how powerful it is. Feel the feelings. The next step in assuming and the energy of how you want to feel is to relish feeling good. Devote 10 minutes a day to sitting in meditation and allowing yourself to feel the feelings of your affirmation. If you are new to meditation, get excited. This is a practice even complete beginners can do easily. All you need is quiet, comfortable place to sit. Just be sure you are relaxed and sitting in a straight but natural posture. This meditation practice begins with a journaling exercise. So have your journal by your side. Once you are seated comfortably, open your journal and write your new feel good affirmation at the top of the page. Then, for a few minutes, write about how this desire makes you feel. Write only about the positive aspects of this desire. Direct your writing towards ideas and visions that make you feel good. If any other thought or ideas comes to mind, swiftly reach out for a better feeling and write it down. Proactively guide yourself to a positive vision of your desire. When you are done writing, take a moment to read over what you put onto the page. Let your words inspire you and ignite good feeling emotions. Now, it's time to meditate on these positive feelings. Gently close your eyes and breathe into the high vibe feelings that you have cultivated through this writing practice. Breathe long and deep with every inhale and feel more deeply into the positive feeling. Sit as long as you want to and allow the good feeling emotions to take over your psyche. If you have a negative thought, just gently replace it with your affirmation. If visualizing yourself into your desired feelings seems difficult, you can instead sit for 10 minutes and silently repeat your affirmation. Let your positive affirmation replace any negative thoughts you may have. And if you want my support with this contemplative practice, you can visit my website, gabbybernstein.com, Super Attractor, and download my guided meditation and suggested music. This meditation is an exercise in assuming the energy of how you want to feel. Remember, the universe responds to your energy. Being a super attractor requires that we align with the energy of what we want to attract. This step is crucial in the process of alignment. When you are happy for no particular reason, you become a magnet for what you desire. When you loosen your grip on the outcome and focus on feeling good, good things come to you naturally. You're no longer relying on getting something or somewhere in order to feel good. You just feel good and allow. And I strongly recommend you make this daily practice so that you keep the high vibe momentum moving in the direction of what you are ready to receive. Allow the flow of universal guidance. As soon as you start repeating your affirmation and focusing on feeling good, you will begin to notice the universe supporting you. In an instant, the universe can sweep in and rearrange your perspective. The moment you surrender your fear of to the universe, love takes over. Your only job now is to let love come through. Welcome and trust in every single feeling of support and every moment of synchronicity. The more you embrace the wonder of universal guidance, the more it will show you in your life. What you believe, you will perceive. Choose to focus on the guidance, intuition, and direction that comes through. Whenever I affirm good feeling thoughts and emotions, the universe positively redirects my day, and I'm given some creative possibilities for problems I otherwise could not solve. I receive intuitions about how to handle situations that once overwhelmed me. I feel a sense of peace and faith. Feeling good aligns us with the universe. This alignment offers us health, mental clarity, confidence, and reduced stress and anxiety. When we feel good, we are the opposite of resistant. We are receptive. Make feeling good a practice. In order to feel good constantly, consistently, we have to make it a practice. It's likely you are used to waiting for your outside circumstances to dictate how you feel. This whole book is a process of unlearning that habit. I want to help you learn how to access good feeling emotions even when things are not working out as you plan. Dedicate time each day to consciously focus on feeling good so that in time it becomes your default state. In addition to repeating your affirmation and meditating on good feelings, I suggest you do more things that make you happy. That's right. I'm giving you permission to make having fun as your top priority. This does not mean you have to quit your job and go live on a beach. Instead, think about all the activities in your life like that make you happy. Identify the things you do that brings you joy and do them more often. Make feeling good a priority the same way you might make exercise or family a priority. And if this is totally new to you or you suspect you will revert to old habits in a few days, I suggest scheduling these activities into your calendar as you would a meeting. This is not about turning fun into another obligation. It's about making it a priority. If you know you need some structure in order to honor this priority, That's okay. It's time it will become a habit. In time, it will become a habit. Remember to be deliberate and being consciously aware to feel good. To be frank, we typically put our everything else before feeling good. Most of us don't necessarily think much about this, or we might even think it's virtuous. If you've ever felt the hit of self righteous satisfaction for being busier and more stressed out than your friends or coworkers, you know this feeling. But here is the truth: when we put everything else before feeling good, we are putting those things before our connection to our super attractor power. Whatever we put before our spiritual connection will suffer greatly. You may achieve what you want, but you will struggle and feel like crap all along the way. This is a whole new way of being. Feeling good must come first, everything else will follow. You now have several methods of aligning with good feeling emotions. For example, you can call on your affirmation to shift your thoughts, or you can sit in your meditation to shift your energy, or you can do something that brings you joy to realign with the universe. And now use these methods to make feeling good your highest priority. I want to emphasize an important point. You should not be afraid to feel good when things are not working out. When things don't go our way, our immediate reaction is to dwell in negativity. We can't even imagine feeling good in the midst of something going wrong. But feeling good is the quickest way out of what is wrong. Try it for yourself the next time something doesn't go your way. Do something to feel good fast. Listen to your favorite guided meditation. Call a friend who always makes you laugh. Take a walk outside. Allow yourself to access happiness even in the midst of a difficult time. That joy will be your guide out of the negative experience. And it's totally fine to let yourself feel discomfort, but don't be afraid to balance it with joy. The good feeling emotions will realign you with the universe, and the universe will be your guide. Make feeling good a priority, and you will be guided. Give yourself permission to feel good. It is easy to deny yourself good feeling emotions. Maybe my story of overworking resonates with you, and you are sure that success requires struggle. Maybe you think the only way to be safe and secure is to control everything. Maybe you feel defeated by the dating scene, or maybe you simply don't believe that you are worthy of feeling good. I have a lot of compassion for whoever you are, wherever you are at this point in your life. The world we have grown to rely on has taught us to struggle. Every day, we are inundated with bad news, reasons to compare ourselves with others, and a pervasive focus on the negative. Many of us have internal sources of struggle as well, such as health conditions and past traumas that we can get in the way of feeling good. But now is the time to change the pattern. Loosen your grip on life. Let yourself be free in these practices, and don't judge yourself for releasing control. Giving yourself permission to feel good is a perceptual shift. It may take practice and repetition, but when you commit to feeling good, your life will change in miraculous ways. You may have to remind yourself regularly that it's okay to feel good. Even now, as I write this book, I'm in the process of giving myself permission to slow down and take better care of myself, even if it means saying no to personal or business opportunities. My intention is to feel good first before I do anything else. And if that means I have to say no, then I will. This new pattern is uncomfortable for me because I have spent decades overworking and overachieving. But with each day that goes by, I feel more and more comfortable with my new normal. I'm beginning to accept that the less I do, the more I will succeed. Because the less I do, the better I feel, and I bring that good feeling to the projects that I do take on. Sometimes I catch myself wanting to revert to an old behavior, but it won't take me out of the flow. In those moments, I return to my affirmation. My commitment to feeling good is stronger than the pull of my old patterns. The more time I devote to feeling good, the easier my life becomes. Each day, I continue to give myself permission to feel good above all else, and the payoff is miraculous. I feel supported. I have the time and mental space to be creative, and my family and business are thriving. Watch your words and the words of others. It is very important to recognize the power of your words. Simple words can direct you on the right path or lead you down a fear based spiral that brings you into a state of misalignment. For example, around the time that I was writing this book, things had gotten very hectic in my business. We were growing rapidly and desperately needed to hire more people. My team was super on top of everything, but they were feeling overwhelmed. Without realizing it, the company mantra had become, "We have so much going on and we can't keep up with it." This mantra started with me. On every call, I would worry that everyone was too busy, or we would talk about how much we had to get done. My words started to infiltrate the team. Within weeks, all I kept hearing everyone say was, "I just don't have time to get it all done. I'm so overwhelmed." Then I started to notice how the resistance was making me feel out of alignment with the good vibes I'm used to exuding. It was resulting into low energy and a negative mantra and low morale. Then one afternoon, while working on this chapter, I had a major aha moment. I was at this exact point in the chapter where I am writing about the vibration of words, and I screamed, "Yikes, I'm not doing this." Within minutes, I scheduled a team call and I got everyone on the video conference line. I explained how my urgency and words were bringing them down and gently showed them how they had picked up what I was putting out. I asked us all to change the dialogue about what was happening. I practiced the choose again method in real time and started to reach for good feeling thoughts. I said things like, "We are blessed, we have a message that is spreading rapidly, and we are growing fast. This is such an awesome position to be in. I'm confident in our ability to attract additional support. We are doing our passion work, and we are fulfilled every day. The universe is expanding time for us, and when we choose to have fun along the way." Right after this redirect, I noticed the energy of the team shift. Their eyes lit up. They had huge smiles on their faces, and I could sense their relief. We had chosen the wrong words to describe our circumstances, and we were all ready to choose again. With our new language, we began moving forward with power, enthusiasm, and a super attractor energy. As this story shows, it's important to become conscious of how your words affect other people. When you gossip, complain, judge, or put others down, you weaken your vibrational alignment with the universe. Be conscious of your words even when you think what you are saying is helpful, because the language you use can be damaging. When you are fine tuning your super attractor connection, it is also important to protect your own energy from other people's words. For instance, while I was going through my fertility journey, I was very open publicly about my personal experience of trying to conceive. In my book, The Universe Has Your Back, I wrote about how my fertility journey was my greatest teacher in surrender. I knew my openness was helping women who were going through the same thing. I felt empowered by writing and speaking publicly about my experience. Sharing in this way opened the floodgates for many women to tell me their stories. I received emails, texts, and spiritual media messages from women all over the world wanting to share their miracles and their struggles. While I felt very grateful for their outreach, I also noticed myself feeling down. Several women emailed me their stories of hardship and heartaches. Over the years of being a spiritual teacher, I have welcomed people's stories and hailed each one with deep compassion, but this time it was too close to home. I began to feel my faith dwindle, and my positive momentum slow down. I started to worry about some of the stories I was hearing and project them onto myself. I became very conscious of how other people's words were affecting me. So, as soon as I noticed that I was not feeling good, I decided to pivot. I began to change the way I interpreted this information. When someone shared a negative fertility story with me, I would immediately help guide them to a better place. Or if I received an email that suggested resistance around fertility, I would say a prayer for the person and gently remind myself that their story was not mine. I did everything I could to protect my good feeling momentum. After several months of gently deflecting the negative stories and choosing to commit to feeling good, something interesting happened. I noticed that I was no longer getting negative messages or comments at all. It was almost as if I was immune to them. My commitment to feeling good sent out a message to the universe that I was no longer a match for negative fertility stories. Not only was I no longer hearing the negative stories, but I was also not attracting so many happy stories. I was also attracting so many happy stories. Every woman I heard from was coming to me with positive, miraculous stories of fertility. It was amazing to see how my commitment to feeling good made me a super attractor for stories that would support my intention. As you begin to practice feeling good, you will notice a lot of resistance from the outside world. Don't blame others for their resistance. They are merely reflecting back to you any lingering resistance of your own. Use these moments as opportunities to surrender to feeling good. You can't control what people say or do, but you can control how you choose to perceive it. Protecting your good feeling emotions at all costs. Darkness cannot coexist in your light, so keep shining. In certain settings, you may need to redirect conversations, unfollow people on social media, and even leave the room. Be kind and loving towards others while creating clear boundaries that protect your good feeling emotions. You can choose how you perceive your world. You are the dreamer of your dream. Don't sabotage the good feeling flow. Throughout my career, I have met thousands of people who have transformed their lives by adopting a spiritual practice. They share stories about how, as soon as they changed their thoughts and energy, they began to attract what they wanted into their lives. As they shifted their point of attraction, they became super attractors for what they truly desire. However, many of the same people told me that as soon as they started to feel better and began to attract what they wanted, out of nowhere, a fearful voice began to question, is this too good to be true? The voice of fear started to sabotage their good feeling emotions. Their faith in fear took over, and they fell back into the old pattern of negative thoughts and fear based attracting. I want to call this out now so that you are constantly checking in with yourself. If you apply each method in this book, you will begin to feel miraculous shifts and experience mind blowing results. This is not an exaggeration. The second you align yourself with good feeling emotions, your super attractor power begins to set in. But as quickly as your power turns on, fear can show up to block it. So let's call out now. Your fear is going to do anything it can to sabotage your super attractor mojo. But don't fear your fear. Just be aware of it. When fear tries to take you out of alignment, return to your choose again method from chapter 1 to stay in the good feeling flow. Here is how you can use the choose again method when you notice fear sabotaging your flow. Number 1, notice the fear. Notice when your fearful thoughts start sabotaging your positive flow and ask yourself, how do I feel right now? Let yourself feel whatever is coming up for you. Number 2, forgive the thought. Forgive yourself for fearing the good feelings. Say out loud or silently, I forgive this thought and I choose to believe in love instead. Then celebrate your desire to shift back to feeling good. Number three, choose again. Answer this question. What is the best feeling thought I can find right now? Then thank the universe for guiding you towards that thought. Use the choose again method to come back fast and say no to self sabotage. Becoming a super attractor will require you to repeat new positive behavior regularly. Now is your time to make feeling good a habit. There is more of this waiting for you. In the coming chapters, I'll give you a really powerful method for thinking your way into feeling better. Be satisfied with what is. You may find great relief in these methods and notice immediate changes, but there might also be some areas of your life that take a bit longer to shift. That's totally fine. The goal is not to change everything about your life overnight. The goal is to have fun along the way to what you desire. Abraham Hicks says, the reason you want every single thing that you want is because you think you will feel really good when you get there. But if you don't feel really good on your way to get there, you can't get there. You have to be satisfied with what is while you are reaching out for more. Your satisfaction with what is allows you to be happy and peaceful regardless of whether you have exactly what you think you need. So just forget what you think you need and focus on feeling good. Feeling good will bring you far more than whatever you thought you needed. You will release the need to get something, be somewhere, or have certain circumstances in place to be happy. Happiness will become the outcome you desire most. Commit to the practices in this chapter. They will prepare you for the manifesting to come. Because in order to attract all that's good, you must first believe you are worthy of feeling good. The methods you are learning so far will help you welcome worthiness and happiness and prepare you to claim all that you will attract. Enjoy the practice of feeling good. As I've said, this whole idea may be really new to you and your ego is likely to resist it. So that's what we will explore in chapter 3. You have spent a lot of time and energy not feeling good and blocking your super attractor power by comparing yourself to others and investing in the illusion of lack. I'm taking on these blocks in the coming chapter. I will give you my methods for kicking comparison, competition, jealousy, and overachieving. And I will show you how to call in abundance with mindset shifts that work fast. End of chapter 3.